What's up, y'all? I got my next part of my cassette collection for you. So after this, probably another 2 or 3 parts that we should be done. So I don't have a lot of cassettes, but still a pretty good amount. But you can see where we've left off, taking that part and then done that top, and then we still have the bottom ones. But yeah, if you can hear what we're listening to today, listen to this slab of nastiness. This is Dehumanized Prophecies Foretold, some New York style death metal from the late 90s, which you can hear it. Hopefully I don't get a copyright claim on this shit, but oh well. So yep. Killer record, their best. They only did 3, I believe. This one's definitely my favorite though. This came out in, I think, like 98 or 99, so yeah. If you like that more brutal stuff like pyrexia, internal bleeding, early suffocation, you want something in that vein, but not those more obvious bands, this is a good record to check out. So that is Dehumanized Prophecies Foretold. Let's talk about one of my favorite newer thrash metal bands. So we're gonna talk about Death Hammer for a little bit. I have 3 of their albums. I think this is an album or just a demo. I don't remember, but this is Forever Ripping Fast. So these are all put out through Hell's Headbangers, which I believe did everything they've ever done, except maybe the demos were self-released, but I don't remember exactly. So there's the nice green tape, very simple. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So if you don't know Death Hammer, they are a Norwegian thrash metal band, which Norway isn't exactly known for its thrash. It's obviously more known for black metal, but these guys and, what is it, Condor, though I think Condor broke up unfortunately, are definitely 2 of the bands that put modern Norwegian thrash on the map. These guys have been getting a lot of hype recently for a very good reason. They are fucking awesome. But to compare them to something, I would say it's like, basically this sounds like the debut album from the Teutonic 3. So it's like the first Creator record, the first Sodom, and the first Destruction, all rolled into one with a little bit of like Morbid Visions, era Sepultura. But if I had to compare them to one band specifically, it'd be Early Destructions, what they sound like the most. Like the Sense of Death EP and Eternal Overkill, but I think they're a lot more violent and aggressive than Destruction ever was, because there's some like almost like borderline blasting parts in here, which Destruction didn't really have ever, so yep. Anyway, Forever Ripping Fast, great start for them. There's that. And then, probably my favorite record by them, but it's hard to choose, Onward to the Pits. Another fantastic record. Like I said, all this stuff is awesome though, so you can pick it up and you will not be disappointed. There's the red on this one, very cool. Again, I put it through Hell's Headbangers like I said before. So there's the whole J code. Love that painting. All the cover art's awesome. Even if you're not a fan of a band, you gotta admit they always have killer artwork. Which I want to get a t-shirt of this artwork specifically. I definitely have the best artwork though too. So if you're new to them, this is definitely the record I suggest. But like I said, all the albums are killer, but yeah. So that is Onward to the Pits, I think. Yeah, Onward to the Pits. I always script some of the album titles occasionally, but yeah. Killer record, definitely where I suggest to start with Death Hammer. And then this seems to be the fan favorite, Evil Power. I remember when this came out, a lot of people were hyping it for a very good reason. Even people I know that aren't into modern thrash were hyping this, or like people that aren't even into thrash in general were hyping it, which that's how you know it's good. People into a certain, not even into a certain style or hyping it. So yep, there's that. Not probably one of their worst artworks, but oh well. There's the J code again. Sure, man. Awesome band. Hopefully to see them live someday, but who knows? They don't play in the US very often, but yep. Death Hammer, so Evil Power. Killer band, so again, Forever Ripping Fast, Onward to the Pits, and Evil Power. Fantastic band. Killer if you like heavy, aggressive thrash. Going from Norway to Virginia, I believe. Talk about Deceased for a little bit. So I'm not sure why, but it took a while for Deceased to grow on me. Like I heard the early stuff, it was okay. I don't know what happened, but it suddenly clicked for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I'm not the first person I've heard say that Deceased took him a while to get into it, but I definitely can see why, maybe. So this is definitely the most straight up death metal one, because as they've progressed, they've gotten like more thrash and heavy metal influence, but this one is none of the heavy metal influence of the later stuff at all. It's just straight up pure violent death metal. From 1991 too, which this doesn't really get the credit it deserves for being like a 91 death metal banger, because there's obviously when people do the best of 91, this doesn't really seem to get mentioned that often. Maybe because they're a less known band, but oh well. I still think this should get just due. I mean, obviously, if you know horror movies, I think that's taken from the movie Black Sabbath, which is pretty cool. Very simple, but yeah. Let's pass through. Dread Records, that's right, okay. They've signed the Hell's Headbangers now, but it's a Dread Records reissue from, I think, last year or two. No, 2021, never mind. So, yep. Luck of the Corpse, not my favorite, but my favorite record by them is definitely this one. So let's just feel the Blueprints for Madness. I think it's the follow-up to this. Fearless Undead Machines is definitely the fan favorite, but I prefer this one, honestly, overall. But yeah. Once I heard this was the record that made Deceased finally click for me. So maybe that's why I say is my favorite. Nice blue tape. Pretty weird cover art though, but oh well. And then there's the guys. I believe the only original members are King Fowley and I want to say I know one of the guitarists. I think both guitarists may be original. I know they have a different drummer now. This was back when King was still on drums and vocals. So they've been a 5-piece for a while because he's doing only vocals now. At least live he is. I don't know about it in the studio, but I think it's just him doing vocals. So yep. Killer record again. Blueprints for Madness. Definitely the one that made me appreciate Deceased. And then Behind the Mourner's Veil. Probably my favorite cover art though. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I'm interested in like vampire movies and stuff, so that's maybe why I think this is my favorite cover art by them. Let me show you the tape. Again, nice blue. There's the J code. Very simple. This one is definitely a lot more heavy metal influence than Luck of the Corpse or Blueprints for Madness or even Fearless Undead Machine. This one, what's the one song? They covered Zombie Attack by Tankard, which is awesome, so you can definitely tell they were wearing their, like, German thrash influences on their sleeve, which I know King Fowley's a giant fan of, like, traditional heavy metal. If you've watched him on, like, Heavy Metal Urgy, they've done a bunch of, like, heavy metal band breakdown things, so yeah. Again, Deceased, so Luck of the Corpse, Blueprints for Madness, and Behind the Mourner's Veil. Awesome stuff. I have a couple on vinyl, which I've shown before, I think, when I bought them at MDF. Here's a band where I have 2 albums by them. One I really like and one I'm not really into. Let's do the one I like first. This is Diocletian with Gesundarian. Gesundrian. So they are a used to be black metal band from New Zealand. So I say used to be, I'll explain why I meant that in a minute, but there's a nice green shell. So I don't know what to compare them to. Maybe like a more black metal Angel Corpse kind of. So I say Angel Corpse is like black metal with like a death metal attitude. These guys are like black metal with a death metal attitude, if that makes any sense. So they're like death and black metal instead of black and death metal, I guess. So yeah, this is definitely my favorite record by them. Although the debut Doom Cult is also fantastic, but yeah. Put through Dark Descent records too, which I know they broke up for a while, but they're back. But yeah, definitely my favorite record by them easily. So yep. Again, if you like kind of like death metal, aggressive black metal, check it out. So there's Diocletian with the one I butchered, and then this one, I don't know, man. They became more like a war metal band, like kind of like Blasphemy and like Revenge, which I wasn't really expecting that, and I didn't really like that, but it's okay. This one's called Amongst the Flames of Burning God, but I don't know, man. Not what I was hoping for the follow-up to that one, but if you like stuff like Conqueror, Black Witchery, stuff like that, you'll probably like this one, but man, it's just okay. Not great, but not anything special either. There's the tape better. Yeah, not a bad record. I just don't really spin this one ever. Ship Diocletian, Amongst the Flames of a Burning God. Hopefully, if they do a follow-up to this, it's more in the style of this album, but I'm not keeping my fingers crossed or whatever. Yep. Diocletian. Let's go to some Aussies. This is Disentombed with Sunken Chambers of Nephilism. So, ironically, I'm actually missing my favorite record by them. I have this one, their debut, and their third record on vinyl, but Misery, their second record, I don't own at all, which I'm not sure why, but oh well. So if you're not familiar with Disentombed, they are a very unique sounding brutal death metal band from Australia. I'm not gonna guess where, but I know they're from Australia. But nobody sounds like them. They definitely have their own style. They're almost like glue. They call themselves Sloom, which is slam and doom kind of, which kind of appropriate. But yeah, they have. I don't know. They definitely have their own unique sound because they have slower moments, but not like a breakdown slower. Just kind of more like the slow moments that you would hear like an incantation record or something, opposed the typical slow, brutal death moments. But yep, definitely awesome band. All their albums are good. But like I said, Misery is my favorite though. But this one's pretty good too. Though this one's kind of rough though. If you like your brutal death metal more raw, this is definitely their most not shitty produced, but definitely the most raw and nasty sounding. But yep, check it out. Misery's still my favorite though. So again, Disentombed, Sunken Chambers of Nephilism. Yes, one of my favorites from 2021, I think it was 21 or 22, I don't remember, but The Dream Unending, Tide Turns Eternal. So everybody and their mother showed this for very good reason. Killer, side project of two known death metal musicians. Derek from Tomb Mold, obviously, and one of the guys from Innumerable Forms. This is definitely very different than both those bands. This is more atmospheric death doom, kind of. So early Anathema, early My Dying Bride type stuff, which I have to be in the mood for. But I'm in the mood for it. This record hits pretty hard. It's fucking awesome. Definitely better than the record, the previous one, or the newest one, I mean. But the newest one's great, but I still think this one is the best of the two so far. But yep, awesome band. Definitely good for when I'm in the mood for that kind of atmospheric death doom kick. So yep, again, Dream Unending, Tide Turns Eternal, put out through $20 spin. And the Disentombed was put out through Dissonant Tapes. I don't know if I mentioned that. Probably didn't. Alrighty, so here's a band I wish did not break up, because goddammit, they were so good. I'm not sure. It always sucks when a lot of the good bands break up and ones you think suck stay together, so that's always a bummer, but what am I talking about? Extremity. Man, these guys were so killer, it sucks they hung up after only an EP and a full length, but oh well, what you gonna do? So these guys are basically what I call them was the Northwest Dead Congregation. So if Dead Congregation played Pacific Northwest style death metal, this is what this would sound like. Kind of copying the None So Vile artwork a little bit maybe, but it's not Cryptopsy at all. Definitely in the more riffy kind of dark death metal style, but not cavernous, but definitely you could tell they're from the Northeast, but they have a more technical, fast, aggressive style. They're not super swampy and gross sounding, but yep. This one's called Extremely Fucking Dead, which is a pretty appropriate name for this album. Probably $20 spin if I did not mention that. Ship Extremity, Extremely Fucking Dead, Killer EP. And then they stepped it up big time with their only full-length Coffin Birth. I believe one of the members is in Vastum, but honestly, I think these guys destroy Vastum. That's just me. If it were up to me which band would continue on, it would definitely be Extremity over Vastum, but it's probably not a very popular opinion, but this guy's style I think is a lot more interesting to me. But yeah. Again, put out through $20 spin, but it doesn't have that typical sound. They sound more like a Dr. Scent band, which there is a difference, at least to me there is, but yeah. I think that would make more sense for them to be on Dr. Scent instead of $20, but just me. So yep. Extremity, Coffin Rebirth. Hopefully they may come back someday, but who knows? I just hope so. But yep. Extremity, Coffin Rebirth. Great band that definitely ended way too soon, but that's just me. Speaking of Pacific Northwest, shit. This is why I hate tapes. These things break so easily. We got Fetid with Steeping Corporeal Mess. I also have this on vinyl, but I usually spin the tape. So this is definitely one of my, one of the better albums in this style in recent years. Though I prefer Cerebral Rot, which, another band that sucks that broke up. I don't know why that keeps happening to me. All these great modern bands keep breaking up, which pisses me off, but at least that guitarist formed a new band, which is supposedly in the style, so hopefully new full length, but yeah. The only thing I can say about this record is it's good, but honestly it's not very memorable, so that's the only downside for this record. Like, you enjoy it, but after you listen to it, you don't really remember much, but oh well. So again, but it's Steeping Corporeal Mess. Not my favorite album or anything, but still good when I'm in the mood for super gross, nasty, down-tuned shit. Here's a band I basically know not very much about. This is the split between Fetid Zombie and Corpse Hole from the Tomb. This is the only thing I know about either of these bands. So Fetid Zombie is obviously Mark Riddick's project, which he's definitely more known for his graphic design art. And what's the other band? Corpse Hole, I'm not sure where they're from. I don't know anything about them, and obviously I didn't do any research before this video because, reasons. I'm assuming Mark did that painting. It very much looks like his style, which he's definitely one of the more recognizable figures when it comes to modern death metal artwork. Yeah, it says this was recorded in 2021, so I'm assuming that's when it came out. But yeah, cool split. I need to check out more from both these projects, but considering all this crap behind me I have to listen to, it's kind of tough for me to check out more stuff by two bands I'm not really kind of a giant fan of, but oh well. Good split, obviously not something I spin a lot, but when I'm in the mood for something different, cool release. So there's Fetid Zombie and Corpse Hole with From the Tomb split thing. Put out through Morbid Visions if I did not mention that. Alrighty, let's talk about two of the best Bay Area thrash records. Forbidden, so they played the Texas Metal Fest thing, which I wish I could have been there, but I ain't made the money, so I'm jealous of all you fuckers that got to see Sodom, but Sodom will play in California Death Fest, and my ticket to see that, so that's gonna rule to finally see them, and Dismember also, so hopefully both bands don't cancel, but anyway. Twisted into Form, their debut from '88. Some people say this is their best record. I can definitely see why. I mean, this does have Chalice of Blood, Off the Edge, and Through Eyes of Glass. That's probably maybe the best start to any of their albums. Or the other favorite is Follow Me or March in the Fire. But the intro to Chalice of Blood, definitely one of the best thrash metal intro songs. Cool clear tape. And considering these are OGs, I thought they were going to sound terrible. Whoever had these before me kept them in very great condition. These basically almost sound brand new. I have several LPs that sound worse than this, considering it's a tape. Well done to whoever took care of this, so bravo. This came out in 1988, if I did not mention that, so their debut. Yep. And obviously, if you know your history, you know they used to be called Forbidden Evil, so that's probably appropriate, so yep. Forbidden Evil, but they're best by far in my opinion. This one blows the debut out of the water, but those first few songs in this, man, are pretty hard to beat. But this one does have Infinite, Out of Body, Out of Mind, Step by Step, Rest in Peace, One Foot in Hell, so those are some bangers too. There's the clear tape again. Again, another OG press that somehow actually sounds fantastic. There's the cool cover art. These guys are probably more well known for being Paul Bolstoff's first band before he went to Slayer and then Testament and Exodus. I don't remember which one was first. I think he played on Shovel-Headed Kill Machine from Testament and the Formation. That's Exodus and the Formation of Damnation from Testament. I don't remember which one came out first. I think Shovel-Headed Kill Machine was 06 and Formation was 08, but don't quote me. Yep. Awesome record. After this, they kind of lost me. They became super groovy and boring, but oh well, that's a lot of the thrash bands for you, especially American, but yep. It'd be cool to see them live, but without the original singer, which is honestly he's what made them great. I don't think it would be the same, but I've heard it was pretty good, but who knows. Alright, let's go to Italy for a little bit, for definitely one of the better death metal bands of newer times. They better not break up, I'll be pissed. This is Fulci with Tropical Sun and Exhumed Information, excuse me. I'm still missing their debut from 2017, I think. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like blue with like skulls and shit. This one's definitely my favorite though, put out through Maggot Stomp. I'm not really a fan of most of the stuff on the label, but this is a very good exception. Love that painting though, let me show you that. Very cool. Obviously, if you know the movie Zombie, it's where they took it from, which I would grab that, but it's buried in my closet. I don't feel like it. So there's that. So they are like a brutal death metal band, kind of, but I don't even know. They have a very unique sound, super heavy and chunky. I love the vocals. Yep. Killer record, definitely one of my favorite death metal records of the last 5 years. And then this wasn't a bad follow-up, it's slightly different because there's some more like ambient kind of tracks. Like half the album is almost like interludes, which is not exactly what I wanted for them, but oh well. Hopefully they return to the Tropical Sun on their style on their next album. But anyway, there's that. Put out through Time to Kill, which if you want the LP, good luck, because they're super expensive, especially for shipping. Forget that. I don't even remember where I bought these. I think somebody on Instagram may have been selling this one. I pre-ordered this one from their Bandcamp, but yeah. Good record. I still need the debut though. This is definitely my favorite though. So yep, check them out. Fulci, Tropical Sun, and Exhumed Information. The last two then we're done. Another modern death metal. I didn't realize this is mostly death metal shit. I didn't plan that, but oh well. This is Ghastly with Mercurial Pathages. Put out in 2020 or 2021. Let me see. It says. It doesn't say the year, but oh well. So these guys are like a slightly more progressive Gorophilia, kind of. So, like, I don't even know what to call them. It's like if Gorophilia was more weird and out there. This is definitely what these guys would sound like. Which, both bands are Finnish, but they go for more fluidity and style, so kind of appropriate, though. But, yep. Again, Ghastly. Death Fulu is definitely my favorite by them, though. I still need to get that one, too, but yeah. These guys are definitely due for a new one. I think this was 2020, so hopefully we get a new record this year, but we'll see. So, yep. Again, Ghastly, Mercurial Passages. Great record, but like I said, Death Fulu is still their favorite. Alright, so let's talk about one of the best death metal debuts from Sweden for the last episode, or last album of this episode. Into the Fucking Grave. So we got Grave, obviously. I've mentioned a bajillion times. My favorite's the second one, which I'm pretty sure you're sick of me talking about, because I've mentioned that record like 15 times, but oh well. You have to hear me talk about it again next time I do this, but very nice green. So again, like I've mentioned before, this is their most straightforward, aggressive record. You'll never see the follow-up, which is my favorite. It's a perfect mixture of like half fast, half like chunky, slow stuff, and then their next record, Solus, is most like chunky and still heavy, but pretty good though. And then Hating Life is a piece of shit, not worth listening to. I haven't even bothered checking out their modern stuff because of how terrible Hating Life was. So if their modern stuff is actually worth listening to and not total like almost new metal garbage, let me know. I'll give it a listen. But yeah, Into the Grave, 1991. Is it the best Sweet Death record from 91? No, because Like an Everflowing Stream exists, obviously, so yeah, but good record though. Just of the Swedish four, Like an Everflowing Stream is obviously the best debut though, but the best second record is probably You'll Never See, but Indecent End of Steam's pretty much up there too, but it's either one of those two, so yep. Check it out, Grave, Into the Grave, like I said, the most straightforward, aggressive record. Put out through Cosmic Key Creations, which I have their box, which I've shown you before. So that's it. next time we will continue on showing the rest of Grave and like a compilation. Looks like next time's gonna be like mostly Death and Black One, but a couple heavy metal ones to show too. So yeah. So looking probably 3 more episodes of this, and I think we should be done. But yep. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.